Hello world, welcome to Bread Review. Our very first review will be on the classic Sara Lee Artesano regular bakery bread. Now this bread, I have been told, is iconic and one of the best breads in existence. Today, we shall see. Now, feel quality. This feels like good bread. This feels very squishy, very cloudy. I do enjoy that. Now, first, before the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, we must physically try a piece of the bread. Now I always like to try the end piece, because that piece will never get used anyway. And it has the crust taste too, which the crust taste is very important. It has the crust taste and the intertaste. I am kneeling on the floor because I do not have a tripod, so I will eat this bread while squatting. The crust is consistent. You can definitely tell it's baked. And we stripped just the inside so there's no alteration by the crust in the taste. The original squishiness of the actual bread, I'm falling backwards because I do not have good balance, but the original squishiness of the bread doesn't seem to add anything flavor-wise. It's very floury. You can tell there's a lot of flour used. I would say there's not a whole lot of taste, however. There's no more to it. There's no extra sweet or extra savory or extra salty. It's very much bread. But now is the test for whether or not it would make a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I use pretty basic jelly. This time, for this jelly, I am using Harris Teeter Red Raspberry Preserves, because I do like me some raspberry. And for the peanut butter, once again, because it is cheap, Harris Teeter Creamy Peanut Butter, which I need to get more because as I can tell from this jar, it is almost out. Now this is the tricky part. Whether or not it is easy to spread jelly and peanut butter onto these slices of bread. That has good spreadability, which should be good guaranteed because these are red raspberry preserves, which are often easy to spread. Minimal effort for an even layer. Yes, that is very good. A good tip: if you're making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on a napkin, easiest way to use the same knife to get peanut butter, just wipe it off. Look at that. You can even lick that up if you want to. Not me, however. I keep things classy. If I'm eating peanut butter and jelly, it's on a bread. As you can see, that's almost out. But there's just enough left in there for one more sandwich. Oh, the peanut butter is having a little bit of difficulty. Because the bread is so soft, I can feel it collapsing. How it's so easy to compromise the stability of the bread because of the squishiness of it. However, that can be forgiven if the taste of the bread works well with the sandwich. We have a lot of leftover peanut butter, so good way to not waste it. Let's do that. Granted, that's not enough for one sandwich, but if you put noodles in there and mix it up, you get peanut butter noodles, which actually is not that bad. I found a chair to sit on. And now is the taste test for the sandwich. This is the most important part. A peanut butter and jelly sandwich is the most common use for bread, behind grilled cheese, toast, and to make an idiot sandwich. Using red raspberry preserves made by Harris Teeter and peanut butter creamy made by Harris Teeter, we shall see how it tastes. I'm losing the taste of the red raspberry and the peanut butter over the overwhelming taste of bread. Let's try with the crust slightly peeled off. Much better. I can taste way more of the jelly and the peanut butter. I'm going to finish the sandwich because I am very hungry. Hey, look here. See that? Almost no drippage. Got a little bit of that peanut butter on my hand. Now if you look very closely, you can actually see the jelly start to be absorbed into the bread. Let's see if that focuses. I don't think that's going to focus. But that is something you want. You want some amount of absorption. If there is no absorption, then you will enjoy the flavors of the jelly and the bread separately in your mouth. However, there's too much absorption and you have a soggy sandwich, and you never want that. So it has a relatively good level of absorption when it matters to the jelly. My sandwich is now finished. I would give Sara Lee Artesano Bread, I would give it a solid 6 out of 10. There were no outstanding flavors to the bread to make it any different than butter bread, honey wheats, whole wheats, or brioche. It was quite literally plain bread. The sponginess of the dough adds, it is a plus when you're actually holding the sandwich because it feels good on your hands. However, that does not translate to the mouth whatsoever. The absorption of the bread to jelly in a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is relatively good, and it should always be aimed for a slight absorption. So that part gets a 10 out of 10. However, because of the taste of the bread and the strongness of the crust taste when I first tried the end piece, I'd have to give this bread a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching Bread Review. My name is Christina, your host, and I'll see you eventually.